not being able to provide specific truth, but I can provide you with directional truth. Right? So I can't tell you specifically what will happen, but I can tell you the direction that we're headed in, which is distinct from other directions that we could head in. Right? So this engineer, talking to other engineers, he ends up, he makes the tour of his entire operation, which is I don't know, something like 20 or 25 facilities, and some of them are just a few people, and some of them are hundreds of people. And he does a series of 30-minute talks with about 15 or 20 minutes of talking, and then 10 minutes of Q&A, and then another group comes in. Over the course of this, he goes to well over 90% of the people to deliver this message. Right? I'm going to do it in about 2 minutes. The numbers are not the numbers that he used, but they are directionally correct. This is the sum and substance of what he delivered in terms of trying to provide directional truth to people under this heading of the peculiar problem of truth in permanent whitewater. Right? Hi, you all know me. My name is blank. And I'm here today to talk to you about our organization and the challenges it faces and what I believe are choices you have to make and I have to make. This is the price of what it costs us to produce a kilowatt hour of electricity currently. This is the price that the cheapest regional competitor, which means the cheapest production of electricity by anybody operating in a state that borders our state. So 1811. Right? This is the cheapest price of electricity anywhere in the United States per kilowatt hour is 9 cents. Right? This is the estimate, which is 5 cents, of what will be the cheapest production of electricity anywhere in the United States within 5 years. I know what you're worried about because I've done the surveys, had the conversations. All I got to do is stand in the hallway. You're worried about the fact that we're going to be sold and that the organization that you've committed to, that your relatives work in, that serves your community is going to be sold. I'm here to tell you you're worried about the wrong thing. What you should be worried about is not that we're sold. It's that if we don't get this number down from 18 to somewhere around 10 cents an hour, if we're sold, whoever buys us will tear us apart. And they will tear us apart to get to 10 cents. If we get to 10 cents and we're sold, they'll buy us to learn how we do it. The issue is not whose logo's on your chest. The issue is in the market that we're in, we need to be able to produce at that price. I don't know how to get there. If you'll work with me to get there, I want to be in a spot where it doesn't matter whether we're sold or not. What we have to figure out is how we take cost out while preserving the level of service that has given us pride over the year. If you want to play that game, stay here, work with me, figure out how to do it. If you don't want to play that game, leave now. And don't just leave the organization. Leave the power industry. Because there is nowhere in the United States that you can go where this is not the game. It talks a little bit, takes some Q&A, other groups come in. They go back, remember I showed you that chart of the morale stuff, right? So they wait about 6 weeks after he's done with this. The next test of morale sits up here. Right? Why did it go up? What was it in what he did that contributed to it going up? Sorry? He gave them direction, right? Did he give them the specifics? He absolutely consciously did not give them the specifics. To a set of people that were hungry for them, lived their lives according to it, loved engineering, loved specifics, he wasn't going to give it to them, right? Because he didn't know what they were, right? What else did he give them in this little talk? Yeah. Truth. He gave them truth, yeah. He gave them truth, and particularly in the form that he gave them a frame that was a very simple frame that would help them understand, back to the comment we talked about, you see all this data, this helps you turn it into information, right? This guy, it didn't take him, 75 slides. He had 4 numbers on a piece of paper, right? That's what he did. Back to the notion of how do I communicate? I'm not going to do it in a complicated, I'm going to do it in a very simple, transparent, concrete fashion. I barely need language to go through this, right? And it's not that he couldn't have produced 75, 200 slides. Very intelligent guy, very complicated world. I'm going to give you truth. I'm going to give it to you in a way that allows you to frame all the data, all the water washing over the craft, so you can make sense out of it. What else did he do? Yeah.
Like I like to see that he invited them to engage the question rather than trying to supply an answer that they may not believe anyway. So he got them involved.
He gave them a choice about where to get involved, right? So you either come or you leave, but you got to do something here, right? And I'm going to frame that choice for you as well. What else? Anything else? Yes?
He delivered the message that he was in it with.
I'm here. You want to stay here and work with me? Right? This is where I am. Right? Okay. Yeah?
He gave them hope.
And what way? Because one could easily see this is not hopeful. Yeah. Yeah. There's stuff we need to do. Here's the work we need to do. If we can do this work, we're going to be okay. Right? So I want to focus your anxiety. I don't want it free form. I want to focus it in some way. Right? Anything else that strikes you about his little... Sorry? Gave him a goal. Right. Right. Even though we're fuzzy about the process. Right? So I suggest here that one of the key points about thinking about being in permanent whitewater, one is we talked about communication, and 2 is it's about directional truth. It's not about the specifics of here's where we're going to land, here are the XY coordinates. If you find yourself doing that, you're probably going to have a problem, right? Because the more turbulent the world is, the more likely you're not going to end up at that particular spot. And people are going to say, even if you were generally right, they're going to say, well, you told me we're going to be, I want to be directionally true. I don't want, that's the peculiar problem of truth in permanent whitewater. I can't be specifically true. I have to be directionally.